always, move on. You're literally somebody's dream girl. But what if I told you I'm not even my own dream girl yet? There's a lot of talk about self-improvement these days, and it's really easy to fall into a cycle. But at the same time, we have to be real with ourselves. Are you living your best life? Are you content? Are you satisfied? If the answer is no, and there's stuff that you could do to change it, you're in the right place. This is Operation Dream Girl, where we stop sleeping on ourselves and start living our best lives, because it's so possible. You have to believe that your success is inevitable as long as you keep showing up. This is more than a glow up. This is a full-scale rebrand. We are upgrading our mind, our body, spirit, finances, content, career, lifestyle, hobbies, you name it, we're upgrading it because it's time for that. Just imagine what a few months of locking in would actually look like. Not a few months of looking on TikTok or even on YouTube for inspiration, watching a video like this, saving it for later and never going back to it, but an actual plan. That's what I'm here to give you. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to show up and show out. So if you're ready for a challenge and you're ready to be the woman of your dreams, comment Dream Girl Loading and let's get into it. Hey y'all, it's Christelle. I hope you're well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have a series finally. I have been talking about this, planning this for months, and literally even that is just a part of me rebranding. Like, if you have an idea, if you have a vision, you need to act on that. You can make it pretty, you can make it aesthetic later, but you need to get it out there first. Do you know how much time has been wasted with me procrastinating? Am I ready? Where you might have needed to see this video and I was twiddling my thumbs gallivanting for whatever reason, not posting it. People need to see your voice. They need to hear your story. They need to see you. Maybe you're not a content creator. Maybe you're just trying to become your dream life. I guarantee that you showing up for yourself is literally a catalyst to somebody else showing up for themselves. So you doing what's best for you is just creating a ripple effect of everybody else being inspired, being drawn into that, and also becoming their best self. I don't know about you, but my dream girl loves inspiring other people, so that's number one. My dream girl is versatile, okay? Some days we're gonna be done up and other days not so much. Again, this is less about the external, this is less about aesthetics and more about accountability. There's something my grandma used to say, God rest her, I miss her so much. She's from Antigua, and she used to always be like, this child can do more than what she's doing, you know? And that has literally always stuck with me, because I know I could do, wow. Bruh, honestly, shout out my grandma. She's really the OG. Like, she's really the one who inspired me the most to do more than what I'm doing. There's more. If you want more, you gotta do more. And I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to champion you. And I'm also here to hold you accountable, because this is something that I know, like, if you're watching this video, this is probably not the very first time you're like, I want more for myself. And it's so crazy because not everybody wants that. That's a whole nother conversation. But you know, if you're watching this, I know you're researching and you're trying to get yourself in that mode, because you can do more than what you're doing. Now, I know life is hard. These times are crazy. These times are insane. Everything's expensive. The world is just in shambles, but we're still here. And while we're here, we might as well, you know, be our dream selves. We might as well live the best life that we can. And so that's what I'm here to help with. I'm not going to tell you something that I'm not doing. That's the beauty of somebody like me. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If I'm struggling to do something, I'm going to tell y'all. If I'm in the before and the during, I'm here with y'all. Yes, I know I can do this, and I've had certain eras of my life where I've been on a constant level up, at least for the past 2 years, and I'm literally seeing every day I'm getting closer and closer to my dream girl. I don't know if you can see my little not my little, because nothing I do is low, but my vision board back there. We're gonna go over it at the end of every year, but if you're not new to the channel, you know I literally used to make monthly vision boards. Like, every single month it's like, this is my vision I see for myself, these are my goals. And it's been a while since I've like shared that content on here, but trust me, we're back and we're better. I really do accomplish every single thing I put my mind to sooner or later, and that's not me, that's all God. It's, you know, favor ain't fair. Come on, somebody. But I'm just here to tell you that, like, I'm living proof that it is literally possible, and I haven't even scratched the surface. I have my notes here and on my iPad, because you know what they say about the girls with the iPad, like, you know, your life is in order when you have an iPad. But I have some tips here, and let's just get into how we, because it's not just me, it's not just you, it's we are going to become our dream girl. And I feel like you're gonna like it here, so just go ahead and subscribe really. Point number one, you have to figure out who your dream girl is. I'm so sorry to break it to you, but it's like, how are you gonna become the girl of your dreams, become that girl, whatever, if you have no clue who that is? Like, Let's be for real. I did some reflection. Let me find it. Lord, my journal. You can't just open up and look at your journal. Sometimes you stumble upon a page that's a little bit crazy. But y'all, I wrote out very detailed. I want you to think about any and everything. This can be about your skincare and your outfits and how you take your time and how you move through the world, but I also want you to think about your values. I want you to think about your goals. I want you to think about the things you've achieved, like how you define success. How does she wake up in the morning? What does she feel? What's her mind and body and spirit like? What's her financial situation? Does she have pets? Is she like, how are her relationships with self, with God, with family, with friends? Like, what is she like? Literally get as specific as possible, because there's so much power. We know that there's life and death in the tongue, so we speak life over here, but there's so much power in writing things down. So I want you to really write it down, make the vision plain, because I want, like, it's going to be so nice to go back and look at this and be like, this is what I dreamed and this is what happened. It's so amazing. Does she stand on business? Does she talk to strangers? How is she with her boundaries? Like, I want you to get so deep. Okay, let me look at mine for some inspo. Does she have a wealth of, like, an abundance of friends and just good experiences around her? Are her nails done? What's her consistency like? What's her routine? What time does she wake up in the morning? What time does she go to bed? Like, what type of books does she read? You know, what are her non-negotiables? These are all things that you really need to get so specific. Imagine everything you wrote down about your dream self came to pass. Just imagine that. Would you be writing 5 things or would you be writing 50? Now, I'm not telling you to, go write until your pen's out of ink. I'm telling you to be as specific as possible about your dream girl for documentation purposes, but also just, like, again, pen to paper, there's power in that, period. You can't become your dream girl if you don't know who she is. So think about that, and let's go to step 2. It's all fun and dandy and great to think about our dream self and what we are going to stand for, but let's talk about the version of you that has kept you in this season for so long. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. It's partly your fault. You have to admit it. Nobody can become your dream girl for you. I'm not saying that what they said to you was true. I'm not saying what he did to you was right. I'm not saying that you deserve that horrible thing that happened. I'm not saying that your mental health has no bearing in this situation. What I am saying is that part of this is on you. It really does sometimes come down to how bad do you want it. I understand there's extraneous factors. There's things that, for example, weight loss journey. I've been really transparent about that. I have PCOS. That genuinely makes it genuinely harder than it is for the average person. But at a certain point, I was leaning on that as an excuse, You have to be for real with yourself, and you also have to forgive yourself. Even though part of the reason why you haven't made the progress you want to do is on you, you also need to forgive yourself because you're genuinely doing the best that you can with everything going on in your life, in your circle, in your family, in your friends, in the world, at your job, at home, at school, at play, wherever. I know you're doing your best because I'm doing my best. And sometimes it sucks knowing that, like, okay, my best wasn't good enough per se. But it's like, if you want more for yourself, you have to do more for yourself. You have to make sacrifices. You have to have uncomfortable conversations. You have to choose to push yourself sometimes. Like, I love grace. Thank God for grace. But even God says we can't, like, lean into grace so much that we forget to, like, we can't use that as an excuse, for our behavior. Like, you have to find the balance between applying grace and applying pressure. Because if you give yourself too much grace, again, I'm guilty with this. Another example, I don't want to keep on talking about weight loss. So I'm trying to think of another example. Let's say for my content, let's say, I'm a content creator, and, you should definitely follow me on all my platforms, ChristelleAngeleXO, on Instagram, TikTok, and on here. So let's say that I'm posting my content, I'm not seeing any traction. And so I give up, instead of posting, every day, I start posting once a week. I'm giving myself grace because it's hard to create content and it's so embarrassing to put all this work in and only get 200 views. And, I just feel like I'm doing my best. I'm working. I'm trying to hang out. I'm trying to be balanced. But it's like, I said I wanted to have the experience of influencer management. They say that you need 80K to 100K. So me posting once a week is not going to get me to my goal. It doesn't matter. I just am so embarrassed and I'm in 200 view jail. You think you're going to get out of 200 view jail by stopping posting? By posting less? It's like, be for real. Give yourself grace. Handle your mental always make sure that you are good. Your mind, your body, your spirit, make sure you are good. But once that those needs are met, you need to lock in. And in fact, you need to tighten up on top of the locking in, but forgive yourself as well, because nothing that's for you is going to miss you. Timing of your life is literally perfect. And it's so hard for me to admit that, because again, we'll talk about this, you know, in later episodes of Operation Dream Girl, but there's some things in my life where I'm literally like, God, when is it going to be my turn? I have to trust that it's in his perfect timing, right? And so if I believe that all parts of my life are on, you know, the perfect schedule and perfect timing, I have to act like that. And I have to forgive myself for not, you know, doing this sooner. Oh, if I did this, then I would have been here. But nobody knows what the timeline is. When you come across this video is when you're meant to come across this video. When you lock in is when you're meant to lock in. And of course, it would have been nice to experience it sooner, but maybe you would have squandered whatever blessing you're getting as a result of locking in if it was too early. Everything has a time and a season. So number one, take out the expectations of the timeline. Number two, recognize what you did to keep yourself in the same situation for so long. But thirdly, forgive yourself. Part of forgiveness is not doing the same thing over again, because then it's like, what are we doing? You're going to forgive yourself and then you're going to turn a new leaf and not do this again. We can't be in the same situation again. I'm so serious. We cannot have another, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm going to lock in. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is my year. 2026 will be my year. 2026. You don't even know what that looks like. I hope and pray you're with us. I hope and pray I'm with us. I hope and pray we're all alive and well and thriving. But tomorrow is literally not promised. So you talking about 2026 is going to be your year when we have an abundance of time in 2025. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So lock in today. If you need to cry, if you need to process something, if you need to heal, if you need to do what you need to do, you do that. But don't sit in it for too long. And when you're ready to forgive yourself for your part in staying stagnant, then you release that and you get ready to boss up. Some inspiration for that part, you know, I released the old me, you know. I wrote down what I'm no longer doing. I will no longer be ruled by lack. I will no longer be ruled by comparison. I will no longer make my decisions based on other people's journeys. I will no longer assume the worst in myself or others. Like, what am I no longer like doing with myself, with others, with family, with friends? Like, the old version of me, the old version of me, like, what are the things that she did that I'm just no longer willing to do? I will no longer be ruled by the illusion or trap of scarcity when there's actually abundance. Like comparison, I will no longer hide away or refuse to be seen. These are things that I'm writing down. Like, imagine if you just showed up and showed out. Forget whatever they said. Forget whoever made you feel small or insignificant or cringe. Forget them. All this negative, like, inner dialogue, whose voice is that? It's not even yours. It's not even your insecurity. It's not even your doubt. Somewhere along the way, you might have adopted it, but it's not yours. Maybe it was your parents. Maybe it was your first quote unquote love. Maybe it was a teacher. Like, why are you giving them so much power? Because it's starting to make me mad. Because now I'm thinking about me and I'm just like, I gave my power away to so many people. And the gag is they may not even remember what they said or did. So you're holding on to this poison. It's literally hurting your chest. Because it's hurting my chest as it's coming up when I'm thinking about it. It's like all this stuff is coming up and it's hurting you. They might not know, and they might not even care if they do know what they said or did. So why are you holding on to what they said? Why are you allowing what they think about you to define your inner dialogue? You know who you are, so you better act like it. Act like you know, like for real, because your dream girl is waiting on you. How are you just gonna one day everything click and shift? That's why I don't understand, like, for example, with weight loss. Some of my fellow plus size girls hate their arms. I understand that. This like little fold, it's getting smaller every day, but it's not my favorite thing to look at. On the side, you know, I have fat here, it's getting hot, it's you know, it's summer, and some of the girls are like, oh, I hate my arms, like in the summer I'm wearing jackets, I'm wearing this and that. First of all, it's global warming. I'm not wearing nothing, it's hot. Second of all, what is gonna change when, because I'm losing this weight, okay? I'm already almost 50 pounds down. So more content about wellness coming, but it's like, what's going to change when I lose another 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds? Because you know, it's a mental thing. Sometimes you're not even able to see your progress the way other people see it. So what's going to change when I reach my goal weight one day? Am I just going to wake up, look on the scale, see my goal weight, and be like, okay, I can show my arms now? You need practice. You need to accept yourself in all the stages. Nothing is going to change if nothing changes along the journey. That's why they say fall in love with the journey, fall in love with the process. Show your arms now. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. Why do you hate your arms? Did somebody tell you that you look like an auntie? Did somebody squeeze your arm, squeeze your belly? Like, I don't know. Like, that's a really specific example. Did somebody do that? It's like, okay, that's them. That's cringe what they did. That's mean what they did. Why are you internalizing and giving them so much power? Stand in your truth. What if you just showed up authentically? What if you showed up with confidence? What if you showed up not caring about if it came across cringe? Or what if you just stop caring and just start showing up like nobody can judge you? What? And if they judge you, it's more of a reflection. Okay, you clearly have something going on. If you feel the need to project your negativity and you're you're not okay. If you're projecting and making people feel bad, you're not okay. So if somebody tries to do that to you, just know that, okay, you stay over there. I'm gonna pray for you. I hope that you heal, but that has nothing to do with me. Okay, none of us are perfect, so why are we trying to act like no, like, be confident, be who you are, stand 10 toes down in it, forgive yourself, and let's get ready to move on. We finally like journaled about who our dream girl is. We release the past version of ourselves and we forgive ourselves and all that great stuff. Now you need to prepare your environment. Is your dream girl thriving in a cluttered, dirty room? Is your dream girl driving around with fast food in her car on the floor? Is your dream girl best friends with people who don't care about themselves and continue to put themselves in harm's way? I need you to be for real. You have to clean house. I'm not saying cut everybody off, because trust me, sometimes I feel like that. I really do feel like some days, like, I'm about to cut everybody off. It happens to the best of us. But it's like, bro, you need to kind of maybe like distance yourself from people who you know don't align with the way you're moving. Again, some people are completely content living a mediocre life. That's not you. You're meant for more. Some people are not going to understand that you're posting content. They're not going to understand that you have a business. They're not going to understand that you're launching a digital product. They're not going to understand you eating healthy. They're not going to understand you going on a hot girl walk. They're not going to understand you saving instead of splurging because you're moving out. Nobody's going to understand. So you need to find people who do understand. You need to connect with people like me, people in your circle, people online, people wherever. You need to find people who are going to motivate you. It's also in your actions, like what you're eating, what you're consuming, not just physically. Like, you know, maybe you choose a fruit instead of a cookie once in a while. Maybe you stop listening to that song, makes you cry, and oh, I wish I was a normal girl, because sometimes I can't listen to SZA too much. Okay, she's very self-deprecating sometimes, like, you know, love her or whatever, but sometimes you can't intentionally watch the show that's gonna trigger you. Like, you need to watch what you're eating, watch what you're consuming, watch your space, watch who you keep in your circle, in your area, because it's literally that serious. Your dream girl is literally waiting for you to free her and wake her up by you freeing yourself and waking up to everything around you. Like, if you're not inspired by the people around you, if you are top dog, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you gotta get up out of there, babe. You really do. And you need to, and maybe it might be scary because you're like, no, like, oh, it's so hard to make friends and da-da-da-da. Like, you might have a period of isolation. I feel like I'm starting to come out of mine, but I had a period where I was all alone, going through things alone, and it was hard. And there was times that I just cried. Sometimes late night, I just cried. But when I tell you, the tears that I cried are going to fertilize the soil of my dreams that are sprouting. Like, it's all working out. You don't need to fear, because you're gonna get through every season. You've made it through 100% of your worst days, 100% of the betrayals, of the bad. You made it through all of that, and this will be no different. And on the other side of that is your dream girl. And if that's what it takes to get to her, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Oh. All right, y'all. I'm almost done for real. I'm almost done. We've written down who our dream girl is. We've released the old version of ourselves. We've cleaned up our environment and our actions. Now it's getting to the fun stuff. We want to visualize her. Like, okay, what does she look like? This is so fun to me, okay? I'm really artistic. I'm really creative. I like to do stuff like this, okay? I make vision boards for fun. Make a little visual aid. It doesn't necessarily have to be a huge, whatever, but like go on Pinterest, just scroll for inspiration. I promise you, even if you just make a collection on there, that's something. If you want to take it a step further, make a board or like a vision mood board, whatever, you do that. If you just find a quote that's like, this is just who my dream girl is, make that your lock screen. You need to be able to see it. You need a visual cue. Again, you see my vision board, I see that every single day. I look at it every single day because I need a reminder. I don't want you to watch this video and forget. I don't want you to just say, oh my gosh, yeah, dream girl loading, blah 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 blah, and not see it. You have to have a reminder, because out of sight, out of mind, for real. And your dream girl is literally waiting on you to like, you have to log in. You have to see, like, this is my dream, so that, when you want to text somebody that you have no business texting, and you see on your phone who your dream girl is, and you stand up, okay? Like, you have to have visual aids. You have to have reminders, because sometimes your brain is not there yet. She or maybe it's your heart, I don't know, but sometimes you need a literal like snap to reality, and you need to visualize it. I used to be so good about my affirmations, y'all, in college, when I was really trying to be okay mentally, because I was going through it in college, right? I literally won a whole entire pageant, and my platform was on the power of self, like positive self-talk and affirmations. I was one of those girls. Like, I am beautiful, I am kind, favor follows me. God, like, I used to say these things to myself in the mirror, and somewhere along the way I got too busy and I fell off, and my inner like whatever monologue turned really negative. And now I'm getting back to a space where it's like, I have to affirm myself. I have to remind myself of who I am. I have to tell myself, I love you, I'm so proud of you. And it might sound and look cringe or whatever. Again, that's subjective, but it's like, you have to do these things because you have to visualize. You have to bridge the gap between your dream and where you currently are. And it's just these little things every single day. When you have that reminder visually, you have that mood board, you have that lock screen, and you start to act like that because you see it and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start acting like that, like, then things start to change. I don't know, maybe you have trouble sleeping, but me, I can fall asleep pretty easily. And how I learned how to fall asleep was pretending that I'm asleep. That is literally how everything works. You want to be your dream girl, you have to pretend to be her. You have to see and be reminded. Like, you have to act like it is, and it will be so. I know that sounds too good to be true, too. Like, it's not that simple, but it is. But it is. What if it is that simple? What if it's not a huge, hard, like, journey? Like, what if you just have to have this mental, like, shift? You have to, of course, change your physical actions. You have to lock in and do what you say you're going to do and keep the promises to yourself. But I promise you, if you act like your dream girl, you will literally become her. None of us know what we're doing. That's literally it. The next step is to execute. You can only make your plan. You can ask your friends, you can search for inspiration, you can ask ChatGPT, you can do whatever you need to do, but I can't give you the plan to become your dream girl because she looks different than mine. I know what I have to do. There's so many areas. I told you in the beginning, mind, body, spirit, finances, content, career, personal, hobbies, all of these things that I'm trying to level up, my relationships, everything, right? I write all of these down. I basically do a life audit. How do I feel about this area of my life right now? Where is it at right now? What do I want it to be? How do we get from point A to point B? Use your brain. Use your brain. All these TikTok sounds are coming to me, but it's like, you know what to do. It's not that hard. You want to lose weight, you need to have healthier habits. You need to act like a healthy person, and you'll become a healthy person. You want to be a content creator, you need to act like a content creator. You want to be a business owner, you need to act like a business owner. You want to be put together, you need to act like somebody who, act like you know who you are. Act like you know who you want to be, and she will literally be chasing you, okay? Becoming your dream girl is not abandoning who you are. It's actually accepting who you are. It's a journey. I'm on it with you. it's not going to be pretty and aesthetic all the time. Sometimes it's going to be crying. Sometimes it's going to be screaming in the car. Sometimes it's going to be questioning, is this worth it? Is this in vain? What am I doing right now? Oh, it's going to be questioning a lot of things. It's going to be being mad at God sometimes. It's going to be being confused. All that matters is you keep on going. All that matters is that you keep showing up, because again, your success is literally inevitable as long as you keep showing up, and your dream girl is waiting on you. So with that, I feel like I've yapped enough. I'm feeling really inspired. Again, this is going to be my challenge. I'll be posting more content on here, YouTube, talking about my journey becoming my dream girl, and definitely more day-to-day stuff on my Instagram and TikTok, ChristelleAngeleXO. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope that this reaches who it's meant to reach, because I just feel like I've been really like blessed with the gift to encourage others, to inspire you, but to also like hold you accountable, because I'm holding myself accountable. And it's like, when we, you know, stop focusing on the aesthetics a little bit, start focusing on the accountability and the action, that's where we start to see changes. So again, thank you so much for watching. Much love always, and I'll see you in the next video, dream girl.